Bill, what is your main concern and beef with these particular websites? And let's focus on Toll Road, which you focused on in your alert on the Catholic League's website. What is your main problem with it?
Okay. Let me just say that I have objections to both that and Bitch PhD. Bitch PhD is certainly worse. There's no question about it. What I didn't like was, look, all right, they on the site, they want to criticize the Pope for wearing ermine. Okay, if that was Peter, I'd probably say it's par for the course. I'm wondering.
Well, he commented on the Pope wearing fur.
Okay.
And wearing a cape. I mean, the Pope is a public figure. The Pope is photographed all over the place.
Fair enough. There was nothing foul and vile about the criticism, so I want to be fair about that. We're just wondering, my eyebrows went up to begin with. I said, wait a minute, what does this have to do on a gay site because the Pope is wearing fur? I mean, rabbis wear fur and imams wear fur. What is it about the Pope? And I think I know why, because we're right back to where we started from, which is a lot of gays object to the Catholic Church's teachings on sexuality. Then I turn to the comment section. Quite frankly, I know you're probably going to say is Toll Road is not responsible for all the people who write in. If I had people using obscenities to describe Andy Toll, who I didn't even know that Andy was the person, quite frankly. I just knew this Toll Road. But if I don't know Andy, I'll assume he's a good guy. If I had people in the Catholic League write in calling him effing this and that, those blogs would not go up on my site. I would find that profane, and it's an inappropriate.
Well,
kind of
you
language.
you didn't quote any of the comments, and I know that Toll Road, because I go to that blog a lot, and I go to a lot of different blogs. And one thing I got to say about a lot of these bloggers who I really go to for a lot of information, they really do monitor their comments and make sure that they take out things. You know, you can't always, as you just said, you can't always monitor them, but you didn't quote any of the comments. You just quoted...
I don't think I could.
You just quoted what he said about the Pope wearing fur. And what he basically did was he linked to The Guardian and other publications criticizing the Pope for wearing fur when we're supposed to be respecting God's creations. It was basically a sort of critique of the Pope from an animal rights perspective.
Okay, that would have been fine. But quite frankly, take a look at the last sentence when I'm describing this. Some of those who commented on this described the Pope in a vile and profane way. Now, I can't put effing this and that and the boy, screwing the boys and everything else of what these guys are saying about the Pope in my news release. I mean, I guess I could legally, but that's not the way I handle things.
But that's your whole reason for why Andy Toll should be banned, because I could find things written about the Pope probably on every website, every media website, everywhere. I mean, the Pope's a big boy. The Pope is a public figure. He can take the criticism.
Why do they allow these kinds of comments on the website? I wouldn't allow it on mine.
I bet you could find quotes like that on every newspaper, conservative newspapers. I mean, they can't always monitor every quote. And again, you didn't quote any of them.
Well, quite frankly, I have them in front of me, and I'm not exactly I don't want to offend the listeners. I mean, some of them are pretty vile stuff. And I know there's a lot of hatred out there, but I mean, people can conduct themselves in a more civil manner than engaging in this kind of rubbish.
Now, you also, though, said in your describing Toll Road that it was a site, here's how you describe it, that it describes itself as a site with homosexual tendencies, and accordingly, it shows men in jockstraps and underwear. What did that have to do with it? Because it sounds like that's what you're really opposed to. You're opposed to the Democratic National Convention having given credentials to somebody who's gay, to somebody who says his site is a site with homosexual tendencies. I mean, why did you have to mention the men in jockstraps, too? It sounds like you're saying it's all gay men are sexual.
Because quite frankly, almost every time I've seen a gay publication or witnessed myself gay events, not to describe anything that's been going on in San Francisco, it just seems bizarre that so many gay events are so incredibly homoerotic and sexual in a profane way.
Well, there's no sex on Toll Road. There's no nudity. I mean, what you see on Toll Road, Bill, you can see every night on NBC watching the Olympics in China. You'll see that much skin.
I think there's a difference between somebody who's a swimmer and somebody who's using sexuality to make a statement. I think, come on, there's
really?
a huge difference between
a lot of the pictures on Toll Road are actually of those very same people at the Olympics. I mean, or others. But look, Bill, there in Times Square, there are nude men and women, I mean, mostly nude women and men all over the place on billboards, okay, to the largely straight audience. You open any straight magazine, Glamour magazine or Vogue or whatever, it's all there. Sports Illustrated, the Jock magazine, everybody is in their bathing suit and underwear.